There comes a time in everyone's life when you look into the mirror and question where your time went, or why you held yourself back from your truest goals, or why you settled for mediocrity. When this thought comes, it is this exact moment that you are asserting your genius. Psychologists often define genius as someone with exceptional intellectual and creative abilities that significantly surpass those of the average population. So, when I hear people say all men and women are created equal, I disagree. Not because we have different levels of income and wealth when we are born, or that the same opportunities did not come for us, but because we all have different beliefs, will, and action. And that is what it takes to create the genius of today's world. And if we put them in the right order with our ability to think for ourselves, then no opportunity, no talent, no skill can keep up with us. So, what are these genius beliefs? You see, every economy of today has seen some form of oppression, and with that history of exploitation and our self imposed controls of once I have enough money, I will do this or I will do that, our innate belief system is extremely weakened and lacks independence to think. But why are beliefs so important? You see, all that we do today and every day is because of our beliefs that in turn creates our identity. If today I believe I am a smoker, I will make time in my day for that smoking break. So our beliefs create the thought of smoking in this case, which in turn creates the feeling, the urge to smoke, which creates our habits and behaviors. If my habits are focused on smoking, so will be my results too. So I go out and smoke. And interestingly, there's drama in the habits we want to drop. Whether it is drinking, smoking, lazing around the house, overeating, it's these little habits that we use to add color to our life. The little habits over time become our identity, and while habits may be easy to drop, identity isn't. So focus on those small behaviors, because when those simpler habits change, it establishes trust in our mind and resolve to continue. Those small but mighty results in the initial phases is what makes us motivated to continue. This brings me to the next genius building part, which is our will. We all love motivation. It is what gives us that initial push, but most of us don't feel that stark, stirring purpose or hunger in our life to continue. And for those who do, it requires pushing against your comfort zone and big effort and even bigger resilience. Because the hardships that come are not only external, but also our internal doubts and worries that push us to delay action. So, our physical, mental, and emotional energies start to decline. And while we may want to favor success over sanity, our health does not always see it that way. So, I recommend a PQ method that does not only propel us to get motivated, but also keep that will alive for unlimited time. And it starts with prevent overwhelm. With constant social media at our disposal, it's easy to believe that success is easy, and the stories that prove it shine faster too. So we start to compromise our goals when our journey becomes difficult. And when we compromise without a fight and sometimes without data, it's a shame, truly. This is why 80% of us who make New Year resolutions related to fitness abandon them by mid February. And 50 to 90% of those that start a YouTube channel become inactive in the first few months itself. There are replete examples, but it all boils down to overwhelm. Overwhelm starts small, maybe something as this took longer than expected, and quickly spirals to I can't handle this anymore. And that's the negative self talk and catastrophic thinking patterns that we need to monitor. Number 2, practice gratitude. If you're thinking, does gratitude really change anything in our real life? Then the obvious answer is yes. But the real question is how? So let me explain this. When you have an attitude of gratitude, you're believing that your life is already abundant. Now we know how important our innate beliefs are. So belief that we have what we need directs our behavior, action, and habits towards the goal. But that's not all. Looking forward to, if you're grateful, then you focus on what you have, not what you don't have. This flows back into your energy and saves you time from wasting it on unnecessary distractions. Number 3, push for intrinsic gratification. You see motivation when coming from an external source, be it an external reward like money or even punishment, that if I don't work hard, I will not be able to make a life for myself, is all fleeting and short lived. Only when the motivation comes from within, which means something we want to do because we like to do it, then and only then will the will and the drive persist. For example, if you enjoyed playing video games, you wouldn't need a motivational speech on it, right? Similarly, if you love trying new cuisines, you would gladly research new restaurants in your area without any expected reward. Then why cannot we use it for our passion and the goal we hold so closely? I will talk more about this in my upcoming videos, so subscribe so you are notified. But let's move on to the third genius building power, and that is action. Most of our living time, we're either in the past or in the future. When we lose awareness of the now, we lose the moment of today, the feeling of now. So when the right opportunity comes, the perfect moment arrives, you will again be in the past or in the future, unless you reprogram your mind to lose the distractions of these distant times. So how do we do that? I use the white, gold, amber approach. White. When the white space in your day approaches, it is then we start to force ourselves to fill it up with getting busier with work or automatically opening up social media or sometimes even focusing on someone else's purpose and the drama of it all. Fill up your white space with focus or relaxation and not overstimulation. And no, swiping on reels is not relaxation. Golden. What's that golden purpose that you want to focus your energies on that will be your channel of self-expression and creative freedom? We all have this creative energy within us, and though we may have been forced to conform to a certain way of life or go to work, get a good education and find a suitable job, your journey is yours alone. So choose a purpose that brings out the passion in you. Amber. Let the amber glow within you. Focus your energy on not the speed but the wisdom of life. You see, we hurry because we believe the faster we work, the faster will be the results. But in fact, the results come when we have accepted the personal growth, the learning, and the self-discovery on our way to our goals. So stay open to growth. There you have it, the 3 powers to make you a genius of the modern world. And if you enjoyed this video, you will most certainly love this next video right here. Until then, bye.